Let's talk about MTV.
MTV. I just want to preface that I am old enough to know what MTV is.
Well, I'm older than you, so
Absolutely.
I was an MTV. May I be? No, I shouldn't ask your age. Can I? Is that intense?
You can ask me anything on.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, I'm 31, so I'm.
Yeah.
But actually, I would say, believe it or not, I still firmly believe we're still too young to have really watched MTV in its heyday. Like MTV was around, sure, and it still played music when I was watching it, but.
Same.
But not like in the 90s, like when MTV was a thing.
And it was just music videos, wasn't it? Like, when I think of a music video, which is ironic because it's literally called MTV, music TV television, but I think of Juicy, because Juicy didn't play anything else but music videos. So I don't know why like that comes to mind, but MTV for me, when I was growing up, was, there's music videos in between, but it was reality shows, some cartoons in there, and just like all these different other things. You know, I'm thinking like, Pump My Ride.
Super Sweet 16.
Next.
Yeah. Oh my God. Dismissed as well. Do you remember Dismissed? Where the girl goes on a date with two guys at the same time.
Date My Mum.
Date My Mum. Oh my
that's
gosh.
crazy.
I love these. But
there was also some intense ones like Scarred, where it was just about like, do you remember skateboarding injuries? They would be so brutal. It was mad. I think it contributed a lot to, it goes hand in hand with Hollywood, because a lot of the stories that came out of MTV were based in LA, were based in Hollywood. Yeah. So it kind of contributed a lot of skate culture as well. I think was a big part of MTV, which I quite enjoyed as a kid.
Yeah, they started off doing strictly music videos. It was like one of the first big channels to put on. Like a lot of artists were using the platform to premiere their music videos. Like I know Michael Jackson had his prime, his peak was broadcasted on MTV.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Like the premiere of I don't know which music video was. It might have been, what's the one where he does the lean and comes back?
That is no, it's not. Oh no, that is true.
Any Are You Okay? Are
yes,
you okay?
yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Boom, nice.
Cool.
And like a lot of these like very, very, very prevalent artists at the time were like premiering their music videos on the TV channel. That was the spot to be.
That's crazy.
Because this is all pre-internet, right?
It's like the TikTok kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or YouTube even.
Yeah. I've just got to quickly throw in, sorry, a Michael Jackson fact that I heard yesterday. How crazy is this? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. When he did the Super Bowl halftime show at some point in the 90s, which was like, one of the most amazing performances ever, apparently at one point during the performance, he turned to his left and 16 people fainted. 16 people in the crowd
Unmatched
passed out,
aura.
which is insane. But sorry, just to regroup back to, but that just goes to show that actually underlines your point, Abdel, perfectly. That someone who is quite literally a music god, a megastar, chooses something like MTV to promote or at least premiere his video, whereas now it's nothing, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All I go on MTV for is ridiculousness.
Yeah.
You know. That's what I'm saying. Like, why did they? I mean, I think they tried to keep up with, this different culture, and maybe they thought, maybe we need to have it more entertaining. As much as music videos are going around, there's also TV, there's also reality TV. And you made a good point of LA and Hollywood. They're trying to tap into that culture.
Yep.
TV's very much an LA, Hollywood kind of thing.
Definitely.
So,
especially I think with so they started off doing music videos, and then slowly they started integrating like reality TV, because obviously that was like on the rise at the time. The one that stuck out to me was Pimp My Ride.
Oh,
Pimp My
Exhibit.
Ride was the best show of all time.
Yeah, Exhibit.
was on the
best show of
fish
all time.
tanks in the,
Yeah.
in the
Also,
car.
can I say, by the way, I'm obviously, a big believer. My country, UK, has a lot of rivalry with the US, and sometimes there's the UK and the US version of something, and I will always, fight the corner for the UK one being better. One area where the US beats us. I don't know if you guys have ever watched the UK version of Pimp My Ride. Oh my gosh, it is the cringiest thing. So Tim Westwood, who problematic for so many reasons, which is we'll get into another day. But just very, very quickly, remember the moment when the car is brought to the garage for the first time, and everyone's like, "Yo!" Everyone's hyping up.
Hard.
Honestly, but that's a very American thing, right? Everyone's dapping up, "Yo!" In the UK, when they were going, "Ha!" That's
amazing.
That's rubbish. What's going on? It is toe-curlingly cringe. So please, everyone out there, watch a bit of UK Pimp My Ride. It is awful, awful,
That's what we watched tonight.
so bad, so bad.
Try not to cringe challenge.
Honestly, it's awful. It's horrific.
I was a bit sad about the MTV though, having a little downfall, but it's still iconic. I feel like it had its heyday.
Yes.
But
What else are you gonna do?
You hit the nail on the head though, because like they went for these reality shows that, and I actually got this from Soap's brilliantly written article about it, is that they chose the short-term spikes, things like Jersey Shore, right? Where, yeah, I mean, maybe it has to an extent stood the test of time because you still have things like Geordie Shore and now Aussie Shore as well, which is yeah, as my dad is
prefer
a
Geordie Shore over Jersey Shore.
Shout out the Geordies. I am half Geordie. My dad is one, so yeah, they're unbelievable. But let me just quickly say, they went for something that gave them a short-term boost, but long-term, they forgot their core identity. And I compare it to when McDonald's in 2011 had their first ever profit warning for trying to go healthy, trying to bring in salad bars.
Yep.
No. Don't alienate your core audience.
Yeah.
Yep. I think there's a big thing in like how brands adapt over time, especially like with the rise of the internet. It was really like sink or swim. Like, because initially, yes, they started music videos and then they jumped to slowly reality TV. But then with the rise of the internet, they like solely rejected that idea up until it was way too late. And I feel like MTV as a name, they could have really capitalized. They could have been like there's not like a good example, but maybe like BuzzFeed at the time. They could have been that.
They should have done little, whether it's like little cooking challenges or something. Yeah, sure, still get the celebs in, still get those big names in, like, you know, just to draw the audience, but have them doing silly things, but put it on YouTube. You know, don't rely on your own brand.
And I think they would have thrived on YouTube, actually, now that I think about it.
Like as a concept.
So good,
who says no? I think also the one last thing I'll mention about MTV is that their music also stayed, like, the music got dated over time. They didn't move with the times of music. They stuck with the same 90s core.
Yeah.
And then it like kind of really stopped at the early 2000s. Like think like Avril Lavigne, like that's kind of like where it stopped. But they never really like kept going. And obviously with the rise of new music, there's like a younger audience, there's this new audience to capture, blah, blah, blah. And
there was there was a snobbiness on their part because I mean one of the most famous, like Nirvana's MTV Unplugged album is you know, one of the biggest ones, and like All Apologies, it's unbelievable. And you're so right, Abdel, that instead of capitalizing on the rise of new music, they were like no, like Nirvana is like cool forever, which I love Nirvana, but you can't, they're not new.
But if you think of like the old, like, okay, I'm trying to think, for some reason Soul Train is in my head. Like the old TV shows, or when I say TV shows, not necessarily channels, but the TV shows that would hone in on one particular genre of music or one kind of era, and then they didn't continue because they kind of just stuck in that decade.
They stayed with that.
Yeah, I think there's like there's an arrogance in that. Like no brand is too cool not to adapt a little bit. Obviously, again, don't alienate your audience, but like get with the times kind of thing.
Yeah.